So guys, welcome back to the NBA 2K16 My Career. We're gonna be doing the second game of our NBA career. I think there's like 6 more after this. So playing against the Brooklyn Nets, game 17. I got this water.
I'm coming home, New York City, baby. I'll be honest. Pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Alright, let's do it.
At shooting guard.
Hello fans, welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday night action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin
Loki kind of forgot what team I was on for a second.
Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Last game for the Nets, a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Facing Rondé Hollis-Jefferson.
Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Johnson. And it's Larkin in for Jarrett Jack. Barnes, he's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Meeks.
Andrea
On the court
Bargnani.
for the Pistons. Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Freak is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Wow, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate.
That Thomas Robinson?
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And the Pistons making a change here.
Yeah, he's out the
Haynes is
league
checked
now.
in. Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard
Wonder
to
how
win
all
games
Jefferson-
when every
Jefferson
offensive
just
possession
smothered
is one
me.
shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Pistons leading by 9. They set the pick. Barnes with it. 9-point game his last outing. Tries from 10. He squares
I got an
up
assist
and
off that.
sinks it.
Aaron Baines does not look
Baines
even
has got his first
close to
basket of
like
the
that,
night.
dude.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all, and in this game, you've got to play both ends.
That's Wayne Ellington, dog.
The shot's good
Can't
from
leave him.
Ellington.
Shots are just flowing for him right
Dude's
now.
a good shooter.
A really strong quarter.
Jennings drives in. Here's Barnes. That falls.
Hey.
Great assist by Brandon
Freaking
Jennings.
vibing.
Barnes has got his first points in this one. Nets trail by 10. Here's Larkin. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Wonder how Jefferson I ain't scared.
Shoots it.
That's a good D.
Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1
Huh.
with that shot.
It's like everybody is
It's
in
kinda
a
in his
rhythm
mouth-
right now.
mouth
Incredible stuff
with
here
an F.
early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time.
I'm open
You
for
wanna
mid-range.
Play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I was wide open.
Drummond dishes to Barnes.
And one.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, there's the Pistons.
Of course.
2
Oh,
games
that's a
back.
free throw.
And checking out Detroit,
Kawhi
so
glitch.
far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the plan they have in place is going to get it done. This season could be another long, slow journey through the NBA cellar.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Pistons. Right side Robinson tries from 10, and it's Brooklyn scoring
defense there.
again.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Jackson off the pick from Barnes. And looks like
Dude, he just
the illegal
teleported
pick was
into
set.
me,
Yep,
dude.
That's right. That'll get their attention.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it, and you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Good.
Thomas Robinson is
Robinson's
like
got his
making
second
mid-ranges
basket
like
of the
it's
night.
nothing.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Jackson has the open look. That 3 off the mark. Nets trail by 5. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Switch
Kevin,
it.
thank you. I was able to talk with Lionel Hollins for just a moment. We talked about the keys in preparing for this game, and he said, well, defense is always our first priority. And while we don't want our shot blockers risking foul trouble,
Whoa,
having that backstop does enable our perimeter guys the freedom to play up and aggressive. So, Kevin,
You just see our
pressure
Andre
and shot
Bargnani make that
blocking,
rebound?
something to look out for.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks, guys. What's your take on that?
Did I get that
You know,
rebound?
I think it's
did get the
probably
rebound.
the way
Credit.
to go. The defensive approach suits their style and their personnel. So I think you go with it.
Yeah, and you stay true to your identity, and theirs is clearly at the defensive end.
Well, Drummond can make
And
free
so he
throws.
draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping.
Yeah,
But I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Jackson kicks to Barnes.
True mid-range.
Misses off the left eye.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Stolen by Jackson. Fast break, Detroit. Jackson's got the ball. Here's Drummond, and he uses the glass on the layup.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Robinson a screen on Jackson.
Wow.
Here's Larkin, and it's sent back by
Blocked by Drummond, but I got to allow
They
offensive
retain
rebound.
possession. Pass to Bargnani. He's
And then
now
Bargnani
1
got a
for
layup.
2 with that bucket.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
You know, for Drummond last
Dude,
season, his numbers were relatively
He just
the same.
teleports
The
into the
expectations placed on him were so hard
for
screen,
him
dude.
to
I
live
can't
up
do
to.
anything about that.
Group substitution here for Brooklyn. Lopez, he's checked in for Bargnani. Young comes in for Thomas Robinson. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Jarrett Jack is out there with Larkin. Then
cherry
it's
picking.
Young.
Never mind,
Then
my guy
it's
just ran in the
Johnson,
wrong direction.
And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And
So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Can't you not make like
And
full
another
court
thought
passes
on
in this
Drummond,
game?
A lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. And again, it's the Nets missing. Detroit leading by 5. Barnes passes to Jennings. The 19-foot shot hits the front of the rim.
It's not a
and
bad
out.
shot selection,
And
dude.
if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean,
Oh, this
that was
Thaddeus
just
Young.
a terrible shot.
Young takes the 12-footer and hits.
Thaddeus Young can't
Young's
shoot
got 4
mid-ranges
points
like
in the
that,
quarter.
dude. That's unrealistic.
Detroit's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Ilyasova, a screen on Jack. From 11 feet away, Jennings with the bucket. Jennings has got 7.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Jack against Jennings. Kicks it out to Johnson. Releases. Another miss by Johnson. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Barnes. That falls. Great assist by Brandon
That's our
Jennings.
D+, dude.
Now it's a 7-point Piston lead. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Lopez, a screen on Jennings. Outside Jack. cannot hit. Great D that
Oh, I got the
time from
rebound.
Jennings.
Oh yeah, I
It's been
forgot
a
Brook
real
Lopez can't
difficult
rebound the ball.
game for him offensively, and it's costing him.
Over in the corner, Meeks.
Oh, yeah,
Fires
that's
the
a
three.
bang.
6 for 6. Yet to miss from the field.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist.
Wow, he hasn't
by
missed a shot.
Jennings.
There's the dish to Johnson.
Wow, I hit it like a second early.
Lopez sets a screen for Johnson.
Just clamps.
The feed to Lopez. Drills the elbow jumper. Lopez has got 4
Was this
points
before
this quarter.
Lopez could shoot threes?
Just a major size difference
think it
between
was.
the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever.
We got to be more physical on defense.
That's kind of.
They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them and
It was very passive aggressive. Why is he averaging 16 points a game?
He's putting up about 16 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And
See this
he's
dude?
really been
See
pulling his
this?
weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support
move the
that.
ball. Stick it to
Barnes
Mike.
dishes to Morris.
No
And
one.
he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I missed him. I was late.
Marcus
my bad.
Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
Yeah, now
And,
Marcus Morris
Kevin,
is by
Marcus
far the better
has
brother.
talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
6 to shoot. And Ilyasova kicks to Jennings. From the wing. Detroit, no good that time either.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the
Oh,
defensive
man.
coverage, even though it was all over.
Good Joe Johnson
Pass
with
to
the half
Young
spin.
from 11 feet away. That
Dude,
one
Thaddeus
falls.
Young
Come on,
cannot shoot
Johnson.
mid-ranges like that, dude. I know. He was on
Johnson's
the
got his
the
fourth
Pacers
assist
for
with
2
that
years
last
or
one
3
here tonight.
years.
Barnes screen on Jack. Morris a screen. The drive by Jennings. The pass to Morris. It's back to Jennings.
Like, why are you playing me so tight, dude?
Kicks it to Morris. And just miss after miss right now. Nets trail by 3. Here's Johnson. 11 feet away. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, this
I forgot that
is a
in this
game. Good
game,
run to
there's a lot
close
of
the gap.
bounce-ins.
Yeah, they've done a great job to get back within striking distance. Really a solid comeback effort here.
Jennings drives in.
Oh,
And
good
there's
pass.
Barnes. That's good on the assist by
Might have been a
Jennings.
bail, but I'll take it.
7 points for Freak.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And the players on your screen now have been experts with the ball in their hands for the last 10 games, leading the small forward position in assists. Number 5 is Joe Johnson.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
I tell you what, you could put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the
Wait, am I shooting? I'm shooting
post
50%.
because of how on time and on target those feeds are.
Young, right side. But he stays with it over Ilyasova. And that one comes up a bit short.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Off target with his 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
But better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Yeah, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 3 assists now in this one. It's Jennings with the drive. Here's
Floater alert.
Ilyasova. No luck. The Nets go the
Oh, he on
other
the
way
floor.
with it.
Could get up.
Next
Get up.
matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Larkin, the pass to Johnson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Thank
Another
you for
pass
not giving
put right
me
into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist.
defensive
They've done
breakdown.
a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Jennings against Jack. Out left to the wing. Now here's Barnes. 7 points in the game. Deep 2 from Jennings. Jennings with another
I jumped
miss.
too late.
And
man.
this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Brooklyn making some changes. Bargnani is checked in for Young. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Larkin. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Ilyasova. Aaron Baines comes in for Morris. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Jackson in
Hey, I got a
for
good teammate,
Brandon
Gray Leafs.
Jennings.
This is taking forever, dog.
Like you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs.
Hey, we're winning.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here.
Kevin, we have
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Larkin, he's checked in for the Nets. And the Pistons
My amount of
making a
minutes
change
to
here
have
as well.
has been
Barnes,
greatly
he's checked in
increased.
for Ilyasova. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Barnes in at small forward. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Here is Ellington. He's got 11. Young dishes to Johnson. Lopez right side. For the lead, he takes it up and lays it in. That's now 8 points for Johnson.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
You should have just kept cutting,
And
cutting
Drummond kicks to
Drummond.
Barnes. Drummond sets the screen for Barnes. Inside runner. That one a
Drummond
little
just shot a
long.
floater.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that
Crazy.
miss.
Johnson outside. Lopez a screen on Morris. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Morris. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Can't capitalize on the good screen. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Move the ball.
And it's Barnes.
Ooh, I'll take
smacking it
that.
down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
And it's Johnson penetrating. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Pistons fast break. It's stolen by Johnson.
Nice.
Now Ellington, 11 points in the game. Puts it up from 15. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 assists now in the game. For Detroit, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. It's Jennings with the drive. Nobody near Barnes. And the Pistons
Hey,
getting
I'll take it.
another bucket right there. Brooklyn's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Young, and he dunks it down.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Drummond. And he converts the layup. Drummond's got 11 points.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Bargnani has checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Joe Johnson. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. 5 to shoot.
This is kind of boring.
Johnson.
What you make it?
Brooklyn with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
To the wing on the left. Caldwell Pope kicks to Baines. Makes it off the glass.
If it's 2K20, that's a
his
miss.
Third basket of the night right there. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Pistons.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Guys, Bargnani was compared to several other international players when he came out. Some said he was Nowitzki. Others thought he might be more like Yao Ming in terms of impact. Ming was the only other player taken 1 overall who had never played high school or college.
The Nets making a switch here. Jack's checked in. Here's Johnson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Blanketed by the D.
What a
Fights
finish.
to the rim for the layup. But this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
And Jack, here we go. That's not going to go. He's 4 for 10. The Pistons lead it. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. Freak number 1.
Obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He works very hard to get a lot of high-quality looks in close.
And that inside-outside game, I like to call it reversible clothing. It makes him the most accurate shooter among NBA small forwards.
Picked by Bargnani. Johnson over to help. Hollis Jefferson passes to Jack. Just 5 to shoot. A floater, and he lays it up and in.
Wow, that was a heck of a shot.
Jack's got 6 points in the quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
On the wing, Jackson, defended by Jack. Jack against Jackson. Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Robinson misses.
They got the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Second chance shot. Yes!
Wow.
Shot's good. Hit. Shooting 1.
Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. We've got Thomas Robinson. Bargnani is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Wow.
Jack against Jackson. And Jack kicks to Robinson. Picked by Bargnani. Robinson dishes to Lopez. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Thomas Robinson. Drummond a screen. Jackson passes to Drummond. Uses
that
both
works.
hands to slam it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Jack, here we go. Can't hit from 12. The Pistons shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Meeks can't hit.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Brooklyn's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Down low, it's tipped. Bargnani kicks to Ellington. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pistons shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Barnes dishes to Ilyasova.
Come on, Ilyasova.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Nets shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Johnson outside. And he was fouled
Wow.
in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Johnson has been too much to handle. 8 rebounds, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Shaq with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Bargnani inside the three-point line. Good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Johnson's got his 8th assist here tonight. Shaq against Jackson. Ilyasova passes to Drummond. Here's Jackson. Buries the long-range
Oh, that's
jumper.
clutch.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on him with the triple.
Stolen by Jackson. Fast break Detroit.
Good steal.
Jackson's got the ball. Sinks it.
Wow,
He has
Reggie
tied
Jackson
up
just
this game.
became
what a
so
shot.
clutch.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Feeds it to Bargnani. Fader on the way. Bargnani missing again. To
My
the
fingers
inside.
slipped low-key.
Ilyasova.
Oh, what a pass!
A big bucket there to quiet this crowd, Clark.
You know, that's exactly what you got to do. Take them out of the equation. Make those fans be quiet.
And they need something to cheer about again, and soon.
Picks it out to Johnson. Will it go? Cans the
I am so...
It's a scary
Why did I
sight.
just do
Johnson's
that?
lighting it up like this.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Jackson. Oh no
my.
good. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to
I
stop
just
the
lost
clock
this the
here.
game, dude.
Had
I
to
just lost the
foul
game.
him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws.
Oh, how do you lose the ball?
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws
There's
are
no
good.
reason you
It's
should
a
drop
4-point
the
game.
ball.
And that's
That
curtain
pass
form.
was
Some
perfectly
really
on
good work at the
target.
charity strike to close this one out.
That's baffling. We just lost the game because of that. Because of my awful defense and him dropping the ball.
Five seconds left in the game. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
That's
And
crazy.
so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves.
We lost this game.
But Clarkin.
Kevin, we have
The 2K Sports postgame show.
That's crazy, dude.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the
To be honest, guys, I do not care.
Just an
I do not care,
outstanding
guys.
fourth quarter
You hear
performance.
this?
He real And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
Jared Jack had 27 points. Crazy.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives, like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the strip. Oh, it's diving! He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it. Because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me. Naturally, I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost 100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Damn.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
No. Me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros. And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations! So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Damn.
I'll tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, you know, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
All right. Playing 25 minutes a game? That's pretty solid. Gonna upgrade my jump shot. About one more. Bam, now we have 59 overall. Well, that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching.